What's up, my folks? How's everyone doing? Got me a pregnant sow up in a, had to pin her up, get her ready to have her pigs in a little farrowing area. Run me some poles and hot wire with a little wire around it. That's all you gotta do. But she's pretty. She looks like she's dressed up for Sunday dinner, don't she? Hope it ain't too cold for these pigs. I don't got no damn heat lamps this far up the hill. But it is what it is. Nature will have to take its course. She's got plenty of hay and plenty of hay in the box, so crossing my fingers. People have been asking what I've been doing. Shit, I've been getting it, man. Fucking, you name it. Now the rut's cranking up or down here. Trying to do a little hunting in the morning and the evening if I feel like it. And I just ain't had no time to do no videos. Y'all know what I'm saying? How to get this stuff like this done. Hogs caught up, hogs killed, hogs clean, hogs, you know what I'm saying. Damn hogs, I'm sick of them. Alright, I had some people asking me about puppies, about if they were seriously considered getting a game dog puppy. And my advice, I guess y'all have asked other people and they've given you their advice. You don't want my advice on it, man. I'm gonna tell you what to do. You know, you said you and your wife were seriously thinking about getting a game dog puppy. My advice is to y'all look each other deep in the eyes and slap the shit out of each other for even thinking about it. I don't advise people that have not had them, that don't know anything about them, or, you know, to get one. I just don't advise it. I never will be that way. Everybody that gets my shit had them, has game dogs, knows them, understands them, established. What's the matter, Rusty? What's the matter? You got something in your foot? Come here, let's get it out. Come on. What is it? You got nothing in your damn foot. You done stepped on one of them stinger ants, didn't you? But no, I don't advise getting them. They're gonna ruin your life. Everything you do will have to revolve around dogs. You know what I mean? You want a dog? Here you go. Get her. I'll give her to you for free. They ain't come and got her yet. Put her in the hot box last night. She's free. And that's even having her, you're gonna have to deal with the same bullshit as if you had a pit bull, though. And but she's a pet bull. But no, I don't advise no one to getting these dogs. I think it's crazy y'all getting into them. I don't advise it. You know, I mean, you're probably thinking, damn, this guy's sitting here crazy, got dogs, but I don't breed dogs to sell like that to people and all. You know what I mean? Everyone that gets my dogs is pretty much, my dogs don't have to leave the southeast. I mean, they could stay right here in the southeast. I just send them to other parts of the world. You know what I mean? I'm happy with them right here. I mean, I don't care if they're all over the world, but I do, but I put them out there, you know, to good people. That's the key. You got to get your dogs in the right hands. And if you don't know nothing about these dogs, they look all sweet and innocent sitting here on the chain and all that, and we handle them like just a puppy on a string, you know. But you got to understand, that's experienced guys doing this shit, man. They've been doing this a long time. You know, I've been doing this my whole fucking life, messing with these dogs. I mean, it's like second nature, getting up in the morning, taking care of the dogs, going to bed before night and going to take care of the dogs. You know, it's just like part of my life. It's not something I advise for anybody to get into. And it's a way of life that's dying, man. They're killing it. They're fucking gonna kill it. So it don't matter. It don't matter. But, you know, just like me, man. This morning, I'm trying to deer hunt. I had to get home by 9 o'clock, had to feed pup, had to fucking get the dogs out of the kennel house, get them out into the, you know, the yard. Today I gotta fucking spray them all, make sure they ain't got no spots, flea them all again, because it looks like they're itching, scratching from being in this new hay I got. I don't know if it's got ants in it or not. I didn't see any, but, you know, be careful with that shit too when you're getting bedding. I got a roll of hay from my hay guy, and he kind of gave me some bunk. So I just been using it in the pigs, but I did have to use a little bit in their kennels. And you know, sometimes you can get stuff in it. So if they get it, go ahead and take care of it. If they start itching, scratching for no reason, check them out. You know what I mean? But no, I don't advise any of you guys. I'm not giving you a bloodline advice to get for a good pet, because I can't. Because every strain is different. Bloodlines are irrelevant. It's who you get them from. If you try, look, some of you guys are talking about getting pets from some guys. Some of the guys that I know breed, the stock that they're breeding, are not like house dogs. They're not going to be happy. They're going to fuck your house up. By the time they're 2 years old, you're going to hate that dog. And the pound ain't taking dogs. You know what I'm saying? they're killing them. Our pound ain't taking no dogs at all. So I mean, you know, it's a breeder's responsibility to make sure that his stock is going to be, you know, prolong and get better and better. And if you think you're going to get these dogs just to make money on them, that's crazy. You ain't making no money selling puppies. Well, I mean, you're asking the wrong one about making money on selling puppies. I mean, that ain't how I do it. I never made money on selling puppies and my dogs. I mean, I just haven't. I haven't made money selling dogs, period. I've taken dogs, man, I used to have a bunch of dogs, and when I figured out which blood I was gonna fuck with, I had a bunch of dogs that was yearlings off of top-notch, hot shit, everybody wanted it bloodline. You know what I mean? All different types of stuff. And I was selling yearlings. You can ask people. I sell yearlings for $600, $700, $800. If I really like the strain and think it could bring a lot to the table, and I was keeping it myself, I'd sell a yearling for $1,000. You know what I'm saying? I never been one, you know, like asking me about the accidental breedings, if I'd have one. And the ped though, man, that ain't no accident. I can tell by the way they're posing in the picture with a dog locked up. And accidental breeding, $1,000 a puppy, I mean, that don't seem right. Well, my buddy had an accident, my kennel partner had an accident, really, a real one. His shit, I think his girlfriend let the bitch out of the crate or something, and she got out there with a male, I can't remember, some bullshit, you know. And shit, he had a real accidental breeding, and we kept him, man. You know, it's his stock, my stock, everybody's stock. You know, it's just an accident. If they're good enough to fucking keep on your yard, you should keep them. And then what you don't want, you sell cheap, man. You sell cheap. Don't be that asshole. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that asshole. There's too many of them in the game. What's the matter, old girl? What's the matter? But yeah, don't be that asshole. Keep them motherfuckers yourself. She's getting old. Somebody asked me about bad-eared dogs. If I like bad-eared dogs, yeah, I got one. One of my favorite dogs is a bad-eared dog. You know what I'm saying? Ears don't matter. I mean, I used to slam mine off for a while, you know, but that shit don't matter to me. And, you know, like, but just because, like my kennel partner, you know, he fucking sold them in the trader or the thrifty nickel or something, you know, just for a couple $100 a piece. And that his, you know, the bloodline, people don't think for a second that a dog man don't read the motherfucking bargain trader, dude. You might have to go through a bunch of people, but you're going to talk to real doggers on that fucking free paper. Every dog man I know reads it. You know what I'm saying? So don't downlook that. I've bought some good dogs from that sumbitch. Hell, man, everybody in Florida and Georgia sells dogs out that motherfucker. And if you think you're going to get any love on Peds Online, you give it a shot, man. But what's the matter, Lacey? What's the matter? What's the matter, old girl? What's the matter? You want to get off of there? You need some sun. But and the next thing was how old should you breed the dogs? Because the accidental breedings I've seen about 6 pedigrees people sending me with accidental breedings, and it looks like that's you wait till the second heat if you're going to keep them and you got plans for them. You know what I'm saying? At least wait till the second fucking heat. You know what I mean? You know, and then the question about the other end of the spectrum, how old, that's the individual dog. You know what I mean? I bred them old before when I was younger and had a lot of dogs, and I don't know, God just gave them to me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have that kind of luck now. Usually if I want to breed a bitch, I want to breed her before she's 5 years old, just so she don't come down with any problems. But males, that's all individual preference too. There's really, if you're keeping your dogs, it's your fucking call. You can do whatever you want. But if you're going to let dogs out to other people, you should make sure that the males are very, very good and trustworthy of being an honest dog. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not no little 13-month-old puppy over an 8-month-old female. I don't care how accidents it gets. That's a kind of ridiculous. But anyway, that's here and there. But the game has been fucked up for years because of silly shit. You know, the dogs have. But as far as like people who you pick to sell your dogs to, that's all you, man. I try to pick people that know the dogs, that's been in the dogs, that understand the dogs. I don't like really selling to, I'm gonna be honest, man, no offense, young guys, but some of y'all just don't know what you want yet. You don't, and that's why I'm doing these videos. So you got to understand, you got to start out with a baseline. Chasing mouth, chasing all this other shit, chasing titles and all that ain't it's never worked for me. It really has not worked for me, because, and usually that's the best of the best. How many dogs in that strand were of consistent quality, you know? Because I've had a bunch of bad motherfuckers now. I've had some badass bulldogs. You can ask anybody in the Southeast. I've had some good dogs, but I've also had dogs that were really good that I knew weren't game. You know what I'm saying? I knew my Paladin dogs wasn't game. I done found that out myself. You know what I mean? But you know, they were still a good hunting dog. You know what I mean? If with a good conditioner. But as far as like, only a certain type of person had to get those type of dogs that I was running. And then when I found the way to make a game click, you know, I went with that, and it worked better. When my click then was adding the Midnight Cowboy Jeep. That turned everything around for my dogs. I put real bottom end on my dogs, you know. And you got people talking shit about dogs, you know, that pull times like 2 hours, 3 hours, you know, calling dogs like that a cur. Call them what you want. Where's all them 3-hour dogs that you got out? How many have you produced? You know what I'm saying? The way it was is one has to win and one has to lose. You know what I'm saying? He was there. He went that long. I'm talking about dogs through history. You know, people like to talk smack while the Fido's right next to their feet at their computer. You know what I'm saying? Them dogs was in the core of the game. They were grit, bone, and steel, man. They were the real deal. Anybody to call a dog that, you know, goes 2.5, 3 hours, 4 hours, a cur. I just want to see all your 4-hour dogs, 3-hour dogs, 2.5-hour dogs. I mean, I can talk this shit because I've been there. I've produced them. Many of them. I've produced more 2.5-hour dogs than I could shake a stick at. You know, so don't judge any dog that pulls a great amount of time. Okay, it takes a lot of preparation to get dogs that can pull hunts that long. I mean, it takes real dedication, and the stars have to align, man. I mean, to be honest with you, the gamest Paladin dog I ever had was an 1 hour and 36-minute dog. I mean, and that's with me going. I had so many I couldn't even tell you, and I conditioned them. I knew how to condition them. I knew what I needed to bring to the table with them, and it was almost, Paul, you say, it was an expert level on it. That's why he would give me them dogs, because I knew how to do them, and I could do my Bully Son dogs even better. My Bully Son dogs had a bigger air tanks in them. But you know, that's just all in the man behind the dog. But breeding that shit to say, just because it was real super fast lane and promote it, I knew that it wasn't gonna work in the long end. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work in the long end, guys. You got to start out with a game baseline, and that's just the facts. Look at the game baseline and start from there. You can add stuff. You can add your mouth. You can add, mouth just comes, man. Start with a dog that's a real game baseline with a family of dogs known to have good mouth. That shit's gonna come for you. Ability and talent, you know what I'm saying? Like, my problem with my dogs is I use my dogs for catch dogs, for wild hogs, and my livestock. I want these dogs to go to the ear. That's a hard fucking order on these dogs. Genetically, these dogs want to go to the chest, the legs, the stifle, the gut, the throat. You know what I'm saying? I have to school them to go to the ear. They're very hard to school to go to the ear. And a lot of them get hurt until they get it. That was Buster's problem. He could never figure out to go to the fucking ear. You know what I'm saying? And so that, you know, it's a genetic thing that I'm actually breeding in stuff that'll go to the head on them. Now, Rusty, he's good about going to the head. He knows he's and Rita and all. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the genetic. He went right to the head the first time I let him catch a pig. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he knew instantly to go. And so did his sister, and so did his other brother. You know what I'm saying? They're very smart like that. And so that's what I'm saying, the cross in your genetics. You start with a baseline and add what you want. You know, and you know, I figured it out. I wanted a long body, and I knew that the Niggerino blood gave me a long body and a strong body and long, powerful legs. And the Dynamite shit gave me a good, smart agility with good mouth. Them dogs brought good mouth to the table too. And I knew that the Turtle Buster gave me that particular strand that I'm using is about the only strand that I'm going to use. And it gave me good, deep gameness, almost like a red boy game, you know. You know, I can really only tell you about my experiences, you know what I'm saying, and how I put my shit together and give you ideas, and you know what I mean. That's all I can do. But I figured that, you know, that's how I bred the dogs, and I figured out where the Dynamite brought with the Turtle Buster. You know what I'm saying? It brought, because we bred one of our Turtle Buster bitches back to, you know, we bred him back to the Walker dog, and we found out that gave us a good fire, you know, that real heavy drive, and I don't know how to put it, the real drive in them, you know, like this, you know. And so that's all I did, is mix it all up together to give me the dogs that I wanted, you know. And that's how I did it, you know. I mean, people got their own way of doing it, you know. I've seen people ask me about like the genetic chart and all that, but I just put dogs together that I seen what they brought to the table, what they needed to add to the other one to give me what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I made my cross when it clicked. Now, a lot of them didn't click. I tried other shit too. You know, people were asking me. I had the Weird Jack stuff, and my buddy's got some excellent Weird Jack stuff, by the way, for the one asking about the Weird Jack blood. They're very good dogs. But he crosses his with his strand of Jeep and his, you know, Jeep Red Boy Jocko, and his Weird Jack dogs and all, and his Rascal dogs, and they produce a very good high level dog. But then again, man, he's been messing with them dogs for 20 fucking years. He knew exactly what he wanted to make. And them dogs right out the gate back when Weird Jack, them were very high end dogs, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's all who you get them from. I seen them 10 years ago that I really wasn't impressed with them. I had one. They weren't curves, you know what I'm saying? They just weren't something that I would invest too much in, you know, on my end. But they were bred totally different from what you sent me. But what you sent me, yeah, on pedigree, it looks great. You have to look at the dog themselves and see what they do. But you know, for the most part, you know, that's how you put them together. I mean, regardless of pedigree, that's how I do it anyway. I mean, you know, I don't really care about stacking the peds and all that, because I found the inbreeding, people were asking about inbreeding, line breeding, if that made them crazy, retarded. No, man, you get all kinds of problems when you start inbreeding. I see some of these pedigrees and I don't even know how them dogs can see. Most of my dogs will go blind and deaf and all kinds of silly shit, have organ trouble, you name it. Fucking inbreeding can cause real trouble if you don't know what you're doing. Some lines have to be able to take it, you know what I'm saying? As far as I was asked if they thought it was the little cowgirl bitch puppy, if they thought that was from inbreeding, if I thought it was from inbreeding. No, I don't really think it's so much. I think she was more of a premature thing. You know, I really do. I think she was just a premature, and asked if I would ever breed her. No, I would never have bred her. But she's not with us anymore anyway. She just, her organs wasn't coming along. She just, it just ain't, she was fucking doomed from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I think she was probably conceived on the last stick, if that's how that works, and the others were 5 days late from the earliest stick. So, you know, a dog like that, even if everything would have been good, or lungs would have been good, and organs would have been good, and she would have been able to make it in this hard world, she still wouldn't have been nothing I would breed. You know what I'm saying? Not when I got her two sisters that's perfect in all shapes and sizes. I mean, them some badass little puppies, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna go up, and if they're really good, you know what I'm saying, those will be bred back to Buster, but back to the grandsire. But no, I wouldn't have bred cowgirl anyway, even if she was part of the program. If she stayed on the yard, you know what I'm saying? She's no longer with us, you know what I mean? Her organs wasn't taking it, you know what I mean? It was just, she was having too much trouble all the time. But, you know, I'm not saying if you got a crooked dog, he can't produce good, because that dog right there's grandsire's crooked. I mean, he's bow-legged and all that, and undershot and shit like that. But through selective bitches, I mean, you get that. You know what I'm saying? I seen Fat Chuck turn some dogs that couldn't even walk on their feet. They were walking with the sides of their feet into that when he bred back to some pure bolio shit. So it can be done, you know. All right, I had some folks asking about some equipment, if I make brood stands. All right, no, I don't want to make no brood stands. I'm fixing to bolt a new collar on my little wooden stand I made. I made this a few years ago because I couldn't get a bitch to hold on my metal one. The metal ones, you better train her to work it. Just get you one, you know, cut you a groove, bolt you a collar down where it needs to be. You know, make your angle right. You know what I'm saying? Where her ass is up, her head's down a little bit. I put a barrel and shape it and sand it where it's not, and then cradle her real tight in the cradle through her body, and then do her back down. Shape the back out. I put some boards on there for a little shorter bitch so she can put her feet on them. But that's all a brood stand is, guys. It ain't got to be nothing special. You can make your own. That's part of bulldogging, you know. Make your own shit. People were asking me about the hog hides, if I was going to do them, and if I'd ship them some green hide. Let me put Rita over here in case them hogs get out again. She can catch them. That red dog wasn't catching them and stopping them. That bitch will stop them. Won't you, Riri? Won't you, Riri? But that's her daughter right there. You can see so much similarities in them. She caught a lot of that structure, which is what I wanted. I wanted them legs. Gotta have them legs, man, back on my shit. Whoa, bro. That was not planned. She knocked that phone in the air for a loop. But yeah, she's a wild one. Wild as hell. I love her. She's awesome. Folks is asking me about green hides, if I'd ship them green hides. This is what a green hide looks like, guys. It's a mess now. You don't want that shit. I'm gonna make some hides. I mean, I don't know how many I'm gonna have extra, because I got a couple going up north, and I got all the guys that's coming to hunt gonna need one. You know, they're gonna have to start, they're gonna want one to get their dog's mouth work done. So I mean, that's what a green hide looks like. It'd be very heavy and very expensive. I don't know if you'd want to play that game, but I mean, once I get them done, I got 3 or 4 more hogs I might kill. You know, I'll probably have a few extra though. I'll send you a strip. But green hide's a mess now, and it's heavy. You'd probably be better off finding you a local person if you want to buy green hides, because shipping would probably run you 80 bucks. You know, just being real with you. Yeah, want to get into dogs. This is an everyday thing. Gotta come in here and clean up, sweep this hay out, pick them damn things up, see which one peed, clean the hay out of that one. Oh yeah, it's a fucking job. You don't want to get into this shit. I'm telling you, you don't want to mess with these dogs. It ain't no, and if you think, like I said, if you think you're getting into dogs to make money, you crazy. That's shit house rat crazy. But folks, y'all keep bulldogging, and y'all take care, and stay warm.